So let's talk about it, because it's kind of a subjective thing, this, because it's not like one team is miles ahead of the other one. I know one won the league, of course, and you can't question that. But when you actually look at the stats in terms of games won and points secured, you can see that it's so similar between the two. You know, Brendan doing a very similar job here to Claudio Ranieri. So where do you sit, Robbie? You're almost the perfect person to ask, really. You watched loads of games.
You have to say that the Premier League winning side were the best because they won the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think there's no debate in that, as you alluded to. But listen to Casper in the tunnel earlier, saying that was more of a defensive side, and the telepathic communication Drinkwater had with Vardy, with the balls over the top, Vardy played on the shoulder, that was brilliant. N'Golo Kante as that holding midfielder, you know, was exceptional. Who would have thought Wes Morgan, you know, would have lifted a Premier League title? Incredible. So that side more defensive, but you know, Casper's saying this side is more, you know, progressive. It's plays better football. You know, it takes more risks. You know, the squad's probably utilised a bit more. You look at Iniacho when he comes on, Brendan Rodgers, you know, use him really well. You know, that's my combined side. I don't think there's any argument. You look at Drinkwater, you know, I've gone for Kante over Ndidi. Ndidi's having an amazing season, most interceptions in the Premier League. But you know, for Kante to win back-to-back titles with Leicester and then with Chelsea, Drinkwater, let's not forget, he moved to Chelsea after that season for £30-odd million. Got in the England squad, was very unfortunate to go to the Euros. You know, Tielemans has been so impressive.
You've only gone for 3 players though that only played in that title-winning team.
Yeah.
So of course you can't question that team, but maybe in terms of sheer quality of footballer, they're better now.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, Mahrez has to be. Maddison, we all know what he's done. Tielemans is superb. But if you're looking as a collective, you know, and listen, the team spirit is obviously very, very good now, but there, as a collective, the team spirit got them through. People will argue that season Leicester won the league, everybody else went at the top of the game. And you could argue it now. Spurs, you know, changing managers, not doing well. Manchester United, you know, Chelsea, transfer ban. So there's lots of similarities between the title-winning side, with everybody saying, well, they had a bit of luck, no injuries, same team. You know, everybody else was poor, but they won the league. And if, you know, Leicester in the top 4 this season, Man United not doing great, Chelsea not doing great, Chelsea doing great because of the transfer ban, Arsenal nowhere near it. So the similarities between win the league and Leicester finishing in the top 4 is exactly the same. What's
yours, Crouchy? Where do you lean? We've got your team here.
Individually, this team here now, I would say, is better. But that's the team that won the league. My team here reflects that. I mean, the whole back 4 for me, I think Hoof and Morgan were fantastic in that season. But as individual players, I think those 2 are better. Same with the fullbacks. I've gone for Albrighton because just watching him in that title-winning season, as a centre forward, just looking at the crosses he puts in, eyes light up every time he plays. And I would have loved to have played with him. I think Maddison's a class act. Kante and Mahrez pick themselves, and Vardy for obvious reasons.
It's a funny old question in many ways, isn't it? Because it's easy to look at a really good player and know that they're a quality player. It's very hard, and it's subjective when you talk about the team spirit, for example. No one can assess which team had the better team spirit or who were a better kind of sum of their parts, you know?
Well, you asked me that question recently about Liverpool side, the side that I played with. There's no doubting that Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano would get in this team. But as a team, this Liverpool team was much better than the one I played in. And I think it's a fine balance between getting a real team and a group of individuals. But Brendan's got the right blend here of some top players, and I think they'll be a shoo-in for the top 4.